This is a video response to Darci at the Purposeful Pantry. Today she posted a video on what she would dehydrate again and what she probably wouldn't dehydrate again. It was kind of based on like when we did the collab for what we would can again and what we wouldn't can again. And I thought, well, that sounds fun. I think I'm going to respond also. I don't know if I'm going to keep with the 5 things I would and 5 things I wouldn't. I'm just going to tell you what I really like and what I really didn't like. Okay, my favorite things probably are potatoes, be it sweet potatoes or Yukon Gold potatoes. My favorite is the slices. I fry them up. These can easily be made into cheesy potatoes or ham and cheese and cream potatoes. I mean, whatever you want to do. This dehydrates well and they both taste delicious and the texture is almost the same as fresh. So now for one I don't like. Well, I did dehydrate grapes. We have our own grapes growing, and so I thought, oh, I'll make raisins for the grandkids. And I didn't dehydrate them all the way so they were shelf stable, because to me they got too dry, so I left them a little plump. And you know what? It was okay, but I found I was the only one snacking on them, and it took a long time to dehydrate them, even though I poked them all to let the heat in. And I just really didn't think it was that great. You know, why not just buy them? It seemed much easier, and I hardly ever use raisins in cooking, so I don't think I'll do that again. Now, what else do I love to dehydrate? Oops, wrong thing. Wait a minute here. Here it is. Corn. To me, this is like a crunchy, sweet, with a little bit of chewing snack to it. I mean, I could snack on this whole thing, which would be bad because it still has all the calories of the original corn. But I love dehydrating corn, and I think it's great in soups also. But to be honest, I usually just eat it by the handful. So something I don't like. Well, I once saw online a recipe for making kind of like the fruit roll-ups, you know, the fruit leather from freezer jam. And I had some strawberry jam, and I was already making some new freezer jam, and I thought, I think I'll use this up. I will try this. And did it turn out? Kinda. It really stayed a lot stickier than normal fruit leather, I thought. And even though I put, you know, the cornstarch in between and rolled it up, whatever, it was just, it really wasn't that good. I should have used the freezer jam in making a bread or something else. So I will not do that again. Now, what else do I like to dehydrate? Well, anything that makes a powder, basically. This here is sweet pepper powder. This is my homemade garlic powder. And I also have kale powder and onion powder, and of course, one of my favorites, tomato powder. I have all of those. They don't take up much room on the shelves, and they're delicious. I mean, in this case, more of a spice for the garlic, but I can add the sweet potato powder or the kale powder to soups. It's great. Tomatoes powder, of course, is great. Adding to your roast, to soups, to stews, a variety of things. Anyway, I will always make powders. This one's going to surprise you, I think. I had originally saw that, oh, you can dehydrate canned pumpkin. And I thought, well, that's good, because, you know, cans take up quite a bit of room on shelf. I think I will do that, and then I can make my pumpkin pies when I need them. I did it exactly like everybody said. I think I used our half-acre Vexar prepper, Bear prepper. I'm not sure. Anyway, so I put it on the shelf. Well, about 6 months later, I decided I'm going to use it. And, you know, to me, the pie did not taste quite the same as when I make it with the canned pumpkin. It had just a little bit of a, what I thought was a metallic taste, and I did not put the dehydrated pumpkin in any kind of, metal can or anything. It was in my canning jars. I don't know, maybe I just got an off couple cans that I actually dehydrated, but I don't think I'll do it again. And that's just me. I know many people love to dehydrate pumpkin, or even fresh pumpkins that you get, but I'm not going to bother with it again. Oh yeah, I forgot to show. Here's tomato powder. Yeah, doesn't that look good? Takes a lot of tomatoes to make this much powder though. Something else I like to dehydrate are carrots. You can't buy freeze-dried carrots, I don't think. Anyway, I don't usually see them. There must be some reason. But they dehydrate pretty well, and I rehydrate them and use them in soups, and when I actually rehydrate them in the soup itself, and I think they work out just fine. And every once in a while I don't have any fresh carrots, so these come really handy when I'm cooking. What else when I make again? I can't think of anything right now off the bat. Usually I'm pretty careful before I do something to think, will I use it? And if it's a recipe, does it have things in it that I like? So yeah, I do agree with Darci. I love to have the marshmallows dehydrated. They just turn different. It's like when you eat Lucky Charms cereal, the kids always eat the marshmallows out first because they taste so good. Well, I had dehydrated some mint and chocolate marshmallows at Valentine's Day. They were in the shape of a heart, and those were just absolutely delicious. I have to admit, I'm the one that usually snacks on them in the family, but I really like them. Something else that I will continue to do is to dehydrate mixed vegetables. I believe Darci mentioned that too. Oh, here's on something I won't dehydrate again. I have not had good luck with dehydrating broccoli unless you do just the very ends. The stalks get very chewy, stringent. Even I just can't dehydrate or rehydrate them enough. So for the broccoli, I just cut off the ends and use the very tops, and the stems I could dehydrate and make broccoli powder and then use it in, broccoli cheese soup or something. But to actually do the whole heads with stems, I just don't think that's great tasting. You can really tell it was dehydrated. But I do the mixed vegetables, and these are frozen, I have to admit. But again, they can come in very handy in soups and stews, and it's great. If all of a sudden you're out of something, you just go downstairs and you grab this. Well, my prepping pantry is downstairs, and ready to go. I don't all of a sudden have to panic, go to my husband, honey, can you run to the store? Because I got the store right down in my basement. So, are there anything else? Well, there's some things I can't show you, and that would be jerky. I love salmon jerky. My whole family does. And of course, beef jerky, especially if it's a bit spicy. We all love that. Now, this is not, though, shelf stable. This is something that has to be stored in the refrigerator, and let's admit it, if it would make a week in the refrigerator, I would be very, very surprised. But I love using my dehydrator for it because we all love to eat jerky. And what they call salmon candy, which is a kind of salmon fish jerky. It's really, really good, and it is addicting. So, are there any other things that I would not dehydrate again? Not at this moment. I guess personally, fruit leathers to me aren't worth the effort. I, again, don't usually eat those. I don't have children. Grandkids can eat them at my daughter's home. So I don't think I'll make fruit leathers again. But it's not because most of them don't taste good. It's just that not something we generally snack on. So that's it. Now you know what I love to dehydrate and what I won't probably dehydrate again. I mean, never say never, right? But I doubt it. So thanks, Darci from Purposeful Pantry, for giving me this challenge, and I hope others of you make a VR response. And if you do, you need this hashtag.